How to talk yourself into becoming more optimistic. Our brains are explanation machines. An event happens and we can't help but have an opinion and start creating a story or a narrative about it. The key is the narrative or the explanation that your brain creates can either propel you forward to more success and a more optimistic view, or it can set you back. And so the key is to take control of that explanation in an optimistic way and get better results. Martin Seligman has a great strategy for us today. He is the founding father of a field called Learning Optimism. Yes, as we talked about before, optimism doesn't have to be embedded in your DNA. It can be learned. And Martin Seligman talks a lot about that in his books, specifically Learned Optimism. But there are three key criteria about an event when an event happens. Three lenses to look through it. If you take one of these lenses, or even two or three of them, and you choose to take a more optimistic perspective, this will help you get there. This will help you basically talk yourself into becoming more optimistic. Number one is personalization. That's right, I almost forgot what it was. It's personalization. So Martin Seligman studied this a lot with NBA basketball teams and Major League Baseball teams. And what he found was that on the personalization front, it meant were teams after they lost a game, were they taking all the blame on themselves? Or they're saying, hey, giving some credit to the other team and say, hey, that other team actually played pretty well. And you can see how that can change your level of optimism. We're not talking about locus of control, of course. We're talking about optimism levels. Now, you can apply this to when you text a friend and they haven't texted you back yet. Does your brain go to the fact of, oh man, they haven't texted me back yet. I am such a bad friend. What did I do to them? Or do you say, hey, my friend has just been really busy. No surprise, they haven't texted me back yet. Number two, so that is personalization. Number two is permanence, okay? So the team loses a game. Is it, oh man, this means that, we're just not a very good team and we're not going to have a very good season. Or my friend hasn't texted me back yet. Man, I always mess up. I always damage my relationships. People don't really like me, right? You can kind of see how it just becomes more and more negative instead of saying, hey, you know what? My friend is busy. They often do this sometimes. It's just a one-time thing. Once they get through this busy week, they'll probably get back to me. All right. So the next thing is pervasiveness. So pervasiveness means that say, hey, just because you lost one game as a team, it means you're probably going to lose all your games. Or you just interpret it as, hey, we lost a game. Now we're going to get better from this. We're going to learn from this. We're going to regroup and go on and have a better season. Or in the case of your friend not texting you back, you say, oh man, I am such a bad friend. All of my friends are probably going to stop texting me back. What are they getting together? Are they forming an army against me? Are they talking bad about me right now? Are they gossiping? Or again, is it just a matter of, this friend, sometimes they get really busy and don't text me back. I'll text one of my other friends. So you can see how this criteria that was set up by Seligman is actually pretty helpful in boosting our optimism and talking us into becoming much more optimistic. So use these three criteria, or in fact, you can rewatch this video to come up with the three criteria again and put your particular situation through it and see if it boosts your optimism level. Or just take away the simple idea is that we can, as human beings, talk ourselves into becoming more optimistic. And of course, there are a lot of advantages to be able to do that. When hard times come, we'll be more resilient and more creative and be able to press forward with it with a more optimistic mindset.